Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Chevy Nova Show, or Nova Hour. I keep forgetting what I call it. And I'm just going to give everybody a few minutes to log in, and then we got a few topics to cover. So let's see, we're live in a new Facebook thing here, and I don't like it. So let's start up the laptop. So I may be a few seconds delayed again because I don't see the chat here. Oh, here we go. Tim's made it. Hey, Tim. How you doing, buddy? You're the first so far. How you doing, buddy? What's new with the car? I'm also going to start the chat up on the computer here, too, so I can make sure that I'm following. There we go. So, yeah, we got just you right now there, Tim. If there is a few more, I don't know. This new video does not show. Oh, here we go. Oh, look at this. It shows me video, audio. Oh, this is kind of cool. I still don't like change though. And I can still see the chat. Here we go. So I haven't done anything yet, just driving the hell out of it. Yeah, I can relate to you there, Tim. And, well, you can see where that's left me. Got a broken spring over here. So I got it all apart. I'm going to get my buddy Dan to fix me up because he does all my engine work for me. Hey, Doug. How you doing, buddy? Oh, hey, Shelly. Doug's online. You should show him what shirt you're wearing. Oh, yeah. Hey, Doug, check this out. Shelly's just going to sport the new line of clothing wear for the Chevy Nova message group. Shelly. There you go. See the little Chevy Nova. Do a little twirl, Shelly. Do a little twirl. Beautiful, beautiful. She's just busy doing some Chevelle stuff. And that's my buddy Kevin in the background there. He's usually the guy who follows me in his car with tools to fix my car because it hasn't been too reliable this year. John, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing not too bad. Christina, how you doing? Welcome to the party. We're just starting things up here. Actually, let me move it to this window so when I'm looking at the chat, I can look at the camera at the same time. All right. So we'll just give it a few minutes here for more people to log in. I know some people follow on YouTube and watch our videos who may not necessarily be members of the group. So I just want to mention, how do you join Chevy Nova 7374? Very simple Facebook group. Log on to Facebook. Find our group, Chevy Nova 73-74. Actually, it's facebook.com/groups/Chevy Nova 7374. That is the direct URL for the group. There are questions when you log in. I believe there's 5 or 6 questions. Please fill out the questions accordingly. Please have pictures and the security settings set to public so that we could see that you do in fact own a 7374 Nova, as this group is locked down more for the owners rather than enthusiasts of the 7374 line. So, very simple. Answer the questions, and sometimes all the questions don't show up. We've tried to fix it. I think it's fixed, but please do your best. Please have a Nova picture available, and we should let you in. Rules of the group, they're also explained there when you log in for the first time, but generally, be respectful to one another. I don't know why I have to always bring it up, but it's just a good reminder. Just be kind. We don't take any slander. We don't take any BS. We don't take any... Use common sense. That's period. Common sense. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Chances are, if you're watching this and you're already in the group, you have common sense, and that's why you're here. And lastly, this has been more... what's the word I'm looking for? More of an issue lately is we've really been coming down on language on the forum. Although it's not, the grand word, there are some lesser words that have been used, and they are being deleted by moderators, admins, and even myself, because we do have kids on the site and younger members, regardless of their age. Their parents have been members of the site, or other family members have been members of the site, and they thought that you know, this would be a good place for them to hang out and also learn about the car that they're going to build for when they turn 16, that they will then have a Nova to drive. So we are very, very on top of this because we want to keep this a family safe site, family oriented. I know some families, you know, kids, parents don't think much of swear words. There's other families who are, you know, very protective of their family and don't like the swear words. So we're cutting it out. Please don't swear. That's all I've got. Let's go back to chat. All right. Hey, Nova Girl's here. How you doing, Kim? How's the hand? You had surgery there. Hopefully you're healing well. Richard, how you doing, buddy? And Doug Toe is the system admin of the Facebook group Lila Nova. Lila Nova is a 1973 Chevy Nova that he named after his first granddaughter and that he's building for his granddaughter. Site is it's a good site. It's got for Novas and all bad, can't say the word, bad cars for to be on. Though be mindful, it is a bit of an adult site at times, but it is a good site, and that's Doug's site there. So just a little shout out to Lila Nova. And he's going to be getting some new t-shirts soon. Yeah, sure, Doug, I'll take a shirt. Actually, I have my shirt downstairs. I was going to wear it tonight, but I forgot about it. 3XL. Kevin says he needs a 3XL. Oh, so yes, Kim, I got a haircut, a beautiful haircut. Thanks to Shelly. Shelly did a good job. They're commenting.
Good.
Yeah, I guess you can't see the few spots you might have missed.
Hey.
I can't either, so that's good. But you know what they say? The differences between a good haircut and a bad haircut? You know what they say, Shelly?
A day?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
All right. And yeah, Doug's just noticing in the background that Shelly is still wiring the Chevelle.
I know. It's pathetic.
Well, you're just taking your time. It's a big ordeal. She's rewiring the whole car.
Big car.
John Davis, how you doing, buddy? Yep, family group. And hey, Keith. Keith is listening. How you doing, buddy? Hopefully you got a picture, but all you're gonna see is my mug on the screen. So maybe just listening is a better option. So yeah, that's really all I've got to cover here. Let's. I had a post earlier on about stuff to cover tonight. I know seatbelts came up again. Everybody's asking about seatbelts again. Now I forget where the gentleman bought some stock 74 ones. Let me just look up the topics for Chevy Nova here. And while we're on Chevy Nova, you'll notice on, at least on the mobile site, if you go into this area here and you scroll on over, you'll see one that says topics. Yeah, right there in the middle. Click on topics, and we have a lot of our messages sorted out according to topic to make it easier for people to find. So check that out, topics. And I believe I tagged it under Chevy Nova stream here. Or did I? Oh, here we are. Yep. Okay. So Eric Pickett, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if he's on yet. He's looking for a factory setup of seatbelts because he's big on keeping things kind of stock, kind of original, not big on aftermarket. Eric, I sympathize with you, and I'm like that too. I like to keep things kind of as stock as I can. However, I have made, some jumps over to the aftermarket area, and seatbelts is one of those things. I have aftermarket 3-point seatbelts in mind, 3-point seatbelts from Morris Classic Concept for the bench seat. The difference between the bench seat and the bucket seat setup is the buckle you snap into has a hardened plastic mold where the bench seat does not, so you can stick it through the seat. And who was it that mentioned Jack Wyatt or Willhite? Boy, am I slaughtering your name, Jack. Sorry. He's out of town without internet, but he would like to talk about seatbelts, so he'll probably watch this afterwards. So if anybody's got some links on seatbelts, throw them up, and I'll talk about them shortly. And Trevor Nicely, Travis nicely wants to hear about wheel sizes. How big and tall can you go with aftermarket wheels, and what back spacing? Myself, I run just stock 15s or the stock 15 back spacing. My fronts, I believe, are 3.063. They're a 15 by 6 Keystone mag on the car right now. The back, I think, are 3.75, similar to my Steelies. But other people, hey, throw your wheel combos up, Trevor, nicely, if you want to tag him in it. And hopefully Chris got it. I just tagged him in it. I'm going to tag him again, going, we're online. Because he always misses, so now he'll get it. And then, yeah, again, seatbelts. And then pictures of my haircut. So, yeah. Guess that covers that. All right. Kim's also talking about her seatbelt. Oh, whoa, this thing really skipped ahead here, okay? Okay, Mike Badger, how you doing, buddy? He just installed the seatbelt solution kit and had to fabricate up a bracket for up top, but it was worth the money in savings, in his opinion. So, Mike, if you get a chance, post the link up to that site. We're all about saving money, too. Kim said she got her factory seat belts for the back seat from eBay. Her fronts are also the 3-point belts from Morris Classic Concept. Dave Williams, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. All right, and what's he saying here? I'll be in your shoes in a bit. I have to pull the heads to get at my lifters. Yes, the intake is off. I just have it on to keep the valley clean right now. For those who haven't been following the posts, this past Sunday while out cruising and playing, I broke a valve spring. And while taking things apart, we pulled the rockers off, of course, because the heads are coming off. And when we pulled the rockers off on the passenger side, one of my rocker lifters, the top popped off. And these aren't cheap lifters. I'm using the CompCam lifters. The box part number is 812-16, so I'm assuming the part number is 812. But it looks like that little kind of square spring has popped out. I'm wondering if it's actually in there and just under this one piece. Yeah. So right away we've torn down the Nova, and one of our former members, Dan Clem, who I speak highly about all the time, he will be coming to pull the heads and fix them up for me. And once that's all done, we'll get it back together, and I'll be up tearing the streets again. Yeah, drive them hard. Drive them, have fun. They're not meant to sit in the garage. And, Kim here just put up another thing about seatbelt solutions. She bought a seatbelt for her co-pilot, which is her little pet dog. And glove box help. Okay, unfortunately I don't have a glove box with me in here. I'd have to go into the shed and dig one out. But we do have a file on how to do it. I wonder if I still have that little tool I made. There is a little wire I bent up, because you need a wire to kind of press one of the safety releases, and I don't see it in one of my top drawers, so I'm gonna say I don't have it around here. But you know what, Kim, I might have to make a video, pull one of those out of the shed, one I don't have a key for, and try and fix and figure something out for you. And Dave Williams, he's talking about pulling the head to get out his lifters, because he's running an LS. So bummer is his lifters were new with 0 running on them, and 2 of them are defective, 1 on each side. Yeah, that is a real bummer there, Dave. Better you found that out now than have it all together and all the fluids in it and running. I've got about 9 years, 1,500 miles on this setup here. And I got about 7 years, I'd say, on the rockers and the push rods. And all comp cam, like I know I preach to you guys, you know, spend the money now on quality parts will save you money down the road. It'll be cheaper, and it usually is. But at the same time, stuff is still going to break. I mean, depending how you drive your car, you're putting it under a lot of stress. Stuff is still going to break. It's just how badly does it break? Dave, can I cut the cylinder off with a Dremel to separate it? It depends if you want to put it back together. I think you were saying you got a new lock kit, eh? So I'd have to go take a look, Kim, and I can go to the shed to get a glove box. Hey, Chris, you made it this time. Chris Sebin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm really bad with names, sorry. Mike Badger just mentioned he can't find a link for seatbelt solutions, but here's a diagram of the bracket made and a photo of it installed. So yeah, definitely, Mike, post that up on the site. I'm pretty sure there will be others in the same boat who would be interested in seeing that. Yeah, collapsed lifter or defective lifter makes a great ticking sound. Hey, Matt, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. We haven't really talked about much, mostly about some seatbelt stuff. So if you have some links on seatbelts, please post them. We also went over the group rules and about language being used on the forum and how to join our group, you know, all the fun stuff. And then I talked about the old spoiled child here that had a little bit of a fit Sunday night breaking the valve spring on me. Okay, so Kim's replacing the lock but doesn't want to damage the glove box door. Yeah, see, I don't know. Let me take a look here. Just looking at it quickly in the car without, you know, taking one apart or bringing one in from the garage, you might be able to cut that front cylinder off and then maybe drill through, but, ooh, Kim, I really don't know. Let me look at a glove box door, and I'd have to get back to you. Matt, Kim has the info on Seatbelt Solutions, where I think Mike made his own kind of bracket. So a little different there. Oh, Keith, hey, how you doing, buddy? Keith has just mentioned that there is a great YouTube video on how the glove box lock comes apart. Oh, wouldn't that be handy? Okay, let's open up another window here. And glove box lock cylinder removal on a C10. Okay, well let's put Nova there. Oh, there is one here for a GM removal. Also for a 69 Chevelle. Okay. So what I went on YouTube here and I did a search for glove box, 2 words, lock cylinder removal Nova. And I've also come across one here that shows an ignition cylinder install removal. So these are some links I will definitely have to post later. Yeah, okay, so there's a couple there. So again, glove box lock cylinder removal for Nova. And
classic part source.
Yeah, classic part source. That's where the video is. So let me just let's copy that link, and I'll post it here. Glove box removal. But I haven't watched this video, so I don't know how good it is. Don't quote me on it. Check that out, Kim. And Matt says he took his glove box off because the lock stopped working, but hasn't bothered to look at it. I know many years ago that document that is posted on the files section of the group. Oh, I should talk about that too. The files section of the group. There is a file there for glove box lock removal. I ended up using that particular document years ago because my lock latch was coming apart and I was able to actually tighten it and fix it on my car. So I know that document does work. Anyone know how many shims are needed for front fenders? Mine were taken out, lost. I don't know how many it needs. Really, Davis, it's going to depend. Um, well, it depends on how your panels and that are lined up. You know how you're lining things up. How many shims you got on the cowl? How the door is aligned. On this fender here, looks like I've got 3 at the back. 3 of the bigger, the thicker ones. And this side, I only have 2. And looking at my fender, it looks like it's lined up pretty good. So it's all going to be depending on the spacing of your fenders and the line. It's going to be one of those things where you're going to have to test fit. I know when I was working on Shelly's yellow Chevelle, it was a matter of, put a shim in, tighten it down, step back, look, feel the lines, run your hands over the joints, see if, they kind of stick out a bit. And it's all kind of a test fit thing. But like I said, I've got 3 on one, 2 on the other. And hey, Sean Hallberg, how you doing, buddy? We haven't seen you much on the group lately. I've been missing the pictures of that sweet Nova there with the slot mags. Did I ever show you that picture of the slot mags, Shelly, on that blue Nova?
No.
Oh, you have to see it. It's pretty sweet. As you can kind of see in the background, Shelly's running slot mags on the Chevelle, which are one of her favorites. So that's all I got so far up in the chat here. Again, talking about this new chat format that they've got going here with Facebook Live. Not a fan of it, although it doesn't tell me how many people are online, so I have no idea how many people are joining us. But it looks like the rates of the video and the audio are going good. I don't see any hesitation. So, come on, people, speak up. Let's see what else is going on out there. What else are people doing with their Novas right now? Yeah, no problem, John. I'm sorry I don't have a better answer for you. Yeah, there's none on the front. Oh, no, there's none on the front. Yeah, a couple on the back. Up at the top here. I don't see any against the firewall. To be honest with you guys, I've never taken a fender off off my Nova. I have off parts Novas, of course, and I see that I do have a couple of the shims here on the cowl on this side. A really thick one and a really thin one. Actually, I could move this. And on this side, actually, I do have one on this side too. So my cowl has some shims as well. But yeah, it's a game of play and feeling. All right. Okay. Oh, a few people have told me that we got about a dozen people, so that's not too bad. Not too bad. And Dave Williams got his new cowl hood, but he hasn't bolted it on yet. What are you waiting for? As you can see, I have a cowl hood too, and it's not bolted on. Made it actually a lot easier to work on the car, get some more light with taking the hood off. So Shelly helped me with that. And actually, while I have the car this far apart, I'm really thinking of changing that heater core. Going with the big block style heater core. Now, I talked to many people, and I reply to a lot of posts where people are working on their cars. And I always tell them, if you have the motor out of that, or you're going to do an install, change your heater core to the big block style. On small block Chevy, your hoses come out right here, right by the passenger head, kind of squeeze on by. If you go to the big block style, it's like the heater core is flipped upside down, and it comes out right here where you see this connector. You have your 2 hoses come out alongside the inner fender. That's the way to go. And I think I might do that depending on how long it's going to take for parts. Boy, that would make things easier, especially with the taller valve covers. Matt's put a new rear view mirror in so he can see clearly now. Now you can see your opposition behind you. Okay, what about under the bottom? What about under the bottom? The T at the bottom. Under the... Let me take a look. Oh, none on the driver's side. See, the passenger side, I don't know if you can really tell in the pictures of my car, but my passenger fender has been replaced. Thanks to some old lady turning right from the left lane. And no, I don't see any on the bottom. And I'm not sure about the one inside the door joint. If you open the door, I believe there's another bolt on the inside. Oh, garbage. Oh no, not on Novas. On the top here, John, the top on the inside here, I do have one there. So there's a few locations. Again, it's something where put in one here, put in one there, and check her out. Hey Steve, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Recently, I saw you had surgery, buddy. Hopefully all's well. Sending our prayers to you. And Kim just changed some body mount bushings. Wow, what a difference. Been watching a lot of posts about people changing body mount bushings. And I'm starting to debate that might be something I might have to undertake. It might be something more of an undertaking for winter. But what a difference in terms of what handling, the way the car bounces. Like what do you feel is different? Yeah, Richard says he changed out his lower control arm bushings and found a bad ball joint on and an upper. Seek and you shall find things to repair. Oh. Richard, I try not to look because, yeah, that's a never-ending list if you're actually looking for stuff to fix. I'm lucky when I had to get my control arm bushings done. I took it to a suspension shop. I think, oh, excuse me, that was back in 2001. Even today, the Omega needs upper control arm bushings, and suspension scares me, man. So I think I'm even taking it in for that. And yeah, Matt also mentioned that he's been replacing screws on the interior, less squeaks. Oh, Matt, same thing here. I had the door panels off of my car because it was driving me nuts. And it turns out that you got that big foam piece that's on the rod that goes from the door handle to the door latch assembly there. There's a big foam rubber thing. I guess it's to keep the metal off of the door, keep it from rattling. And I guess over time mine slid to the opening, so that rod was banging against the door, literally driving me nuts. And another thing I also did too is the open closer thing on the top. I took that out and I put a bit of a rubber hose down towards the bottom and then screwed the little plastic piece back on the top, and that eliminated a second rattle. So, oh, it was so nice and quiet Sunday. And, well, then I guess the car didn't like that and presented me with another problem. And Dave Williams just ordered a Holley digital dash for his EFI system. Oh, buddy, I'm jealous. Been looking at that. It's a nice dash piece. But with the Canadian dollar and that was a $700 price tag, yeah, it's too rich for my blood. And he's just waiting. He's also waiting to finalize the front sheet metal alignment and fitment before. Oh, that's why he doesn't have his hood bolted on. He's waiting to finalize the sheet metal alignment and fitment. But of course, Dave, make sure you're taking those pictures. We want to see your work in progress, of course. And Keith is talking about going from manual steering to power steering. Not sure he purchased the correct brackets from ground up. Very simple, Steve. Boy, I'm way off on that one. Keith, post a message in the group. Mention what you're doing here, exactly what you posted there. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be happy to take pictures of the brackets and post it up for you. I know myself, I love manual steering. The reason for being is it's one less thing to break, meaning the power steering pump, hoses, belts, less of a headache for me. I do have power steering in the Omega though, and I gotta admit, I do like it after, driving it for a bit. And it has made me think maybe it is time to upgrade the Nova to power steering. It's an upgrade I've been thinking about for some time, and I may get around to it. Yeah, again, it's on the list of things to do. And I also have manual brakes too. Believe it or not, manual drum all around. Woo! Do not cut me off. All right, Matt has original air. Has the hoses on left by the fender, so they may have a few variations. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not sure how the hoses line up on an air-conditioned Nova. Actually, I've never owned a Nova with air conditioning. Just the one without air conditioning. Post a picture. All right. Thanks. You're welcome, John. I hope that gives you a little bit of a hint. Another person who may be good at giving advice on that, of course, is our resident expert, Tim Bourne, who's on the site, or his alter ego, Jay. He's a man of a lot of knowledge. But yeah, you know, it's a trial and error thing. I did it again on Shelley's Chevelle. And it's a lot easier than it sounds, and a lot easier than it looks, but it's also a game of patience. And Matt is putting stainless transmission coolant lines in this week. You know, Matt, I have thought about that too, because I have, for my transmissions, goes steel to rubber, and it's about this much of a rubber line, and then goes rest of the way to the trans cooler and back. And was it last summer, Shelley, I did that coolant flush in the back lane?
Oh, yeah.
Last summer?
Yeah.
And then last summer, I guess one of the flares wasn't flared enough, and the return line popped off underneath the car, and I did a transmission fluid flush. Ooh, try saying that faster. Fluid flush in the back lane. Yee. So I've been thinking of making a new line, you know, put an A in fitting on the transmission, and going that way. A little pricey, but hey, spend more now to save later, right? That's always been my motto. And Kim, she's just answering my question about the bushings. After she changed the bushings, no bouncing now. Front end drives like my truck. You have the same truck, so you know what I mean. Kim, you're gonna make me want to change my my bushings. Sounds like work. And hey, Victor, how you doing, buddy? I'm not sure if Victor posted it on the Chevy Nova group, but he did post on the Leland Nova group about his Nova literally coming apart at the seams, at the joints, at the bolts. Oh, bro, I felt your pain reading that and was almost in tears because I know how much I love my Nova, and I know you put a lot of work into your Nova, and to hear the ordeal you went through, bro, really sorry to hear that. Have you been looking for another one? How have you been doing? And I got the same haircut as you too. And Matt, yeah, Matt also, I guess he's done his bushings too. Said, glad you got the bushings done. It's a little intimidating and a bit of pain. Matt, everything's a bit of pain. All right. Dave, how long is the shifter rod from the column to the trans on your Nova? I want to say that that's a bit of a personal question, but let's take a look. Are we talking from the post of the Heim joint to the post of the Heim joint? Or you, because I'm not sure how far the rod is screwed into the ends, but I can give you a rough idea if you like. Hey Joseph, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. What's up? All right, and Kim here. Oh, Dave, lady from Right Stuff messaged me back a couple weeks ago. Answered yes, of course the parts are replaceable with local. Oh yes. Last stream we were talking about disc brake conversions. And I have been very nervous about any of these disc brake packages out there because down the road, where do I get replacement bearings? Where do I get replacement rotors? Are these things, you know, proprietary? And that's probably been my biggest hesitation and why I'm still running drums all around. Probably also the reason I'm still running drums is I still got another, 6 sets of shoes up there. spare drums, a couple wheel cylinders, some inventory. So that's probably another reason why I'm running drums. But these upgrade kits, as I've spoken about in the past, have scared me. But maybe Kim, if you could give me the name of that lady you were speaking to, maybe I might call up Right Stuff and inquire about getting a brake kit after I get things going. Because right now, brakes aren't too much of a priority. Car's not really moving that fast. All right. So yeah, oh Victor, yeah, I sure hope you could find another Nova, buddy. Okay, oh, he put the lines in already. I kind of kinked one line the last time I had the car apart, so he ordered a replacement. There's nothing worse than, yeah, getting something done and at the last minute, kink, and then having to do it again, yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Oh, hey, Sean Michael Myers, how you doing, buddy? He's our other resident expert. Was the star of a stream a couple of streams ago. We found out that Sean knows a lot more than he lets on. So if you need help, post and we'll see if Sean replies. But Sean, good to see you, buddy. How's your Nova doing? I haven't seen too many pictures of your Nova lately. Yeah, let's go further down in the streams. Okay, yes, I just don't want it to cut it too short. Okay, give me a moment. Let me measure under here. Kevin. I got two letters right in the name. I'm going to pass this up from underneath. Can you just put it on the end of here and let me know how long this is going to be? Okay. All right. So this is my lovely assistant, Kev. Okay, so let's see here.
Don't you have one in your back seat?
Yeah, but you gotta cut it to length.
Put it down. Hold down.
Oh, hold down? Okay.
There you go.
Okay, from the end of the rod, well, from the, 16 and a half, so okay, can you see the stud up there? It's like half an inch a little lower. Okay.
That's at the bottom of the stud.
The bottom of the stud.
Or do you want the top?
Where the stud screws into the column piece, where it goes through the column eyelid on the flexible joint.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna say about 14 and a half. Oh, whoa! There's a Chevelle door right here. Oh, that's a big heavy door.
No rust though.
No rust. All right. One sec. Can't believe you took a shot at my door like that. It's not rust, it's character building.
There's been a lot of
All right, I just happen to have a spare shifter column linkage in my back seat. Don't ask questions. So I measured from the eyelid here, but my ends are a little different on this one because this is a column kit I purchased years ago. So my ends are a little different. They went up to here. So I measured from the eyelid to eyelid. And that was, what was, you measured from the eyelid there, right? On that one?
Yeah.
It was about 15 and a half. So let's take a look at this rod here. And the rod comes 20 and a half inches. So please measure more than once and only cut once. But you're probably going to look around 15 and a half. Let's check that again. Yeah, just give me right to the eyelid there again. Pretty please. Hey, Shelly, how you doing, man? Looking good there.
I'm gonna start charging you for this.
Oh. How was that steak tonight?
Wonderful.
Yeah, that was your payment.
Yeah.
Okay, so eyelid to eyelid, you're right on the screw there?
You want like right in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it goes through the hole of the eyelid?
Yeah. That's where I'm at, Dave.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to measure once for this poor guy.
You measured twice now.
Yeah, just shy of 16 inches there, Dave.
face.
Oh,
Oh my
big
God.
door.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Am I bleeding?
No.
No, I'm okay. 26 by 26 is not big enough garage. It's never big enough, right, Shelly? So yeah,
Stop it.
eyelid to eyelid, we're at just under 16 inches.
Sure got 2.5 car garage.
Okay, where am I here? Oh, Christina says, hi, Kev.
Hi.
So Kev's got a fan here. Of course, you just saw Kev wave hi there. So start around 16 inches, Dave. Of course, on my linkage, I'm towards the end here. Oh, sorry, I'm towards the end on my setup, cut down there. But I measured from the eyelid to eyelid. I hope that helps. Well, I should have made a video on that back in the day too. All right, so Kim has replied to Victor. He's got a thread about it, Kim. I'll try and find and tag you in it. I'm not sure he wants to go through it in the stream here. Okay. Sean, autocorrect makes me look smart. That makes us all look smart. My 327 build got slowed down with the times as we're all going through, but it's going to be build time soon. I'm posting vids hopefully soon. Oh, well, hopefully, yeah, things get better for you there, Sean.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Just wondering what you were doing. All I heard was squeaking in the background. I'm like, uh-oh.
I was just thinking, it's okay.
So yeah, I guess everything kind of shut down there in March with the COVID, and I probably should have mentioned that at the beginning of the evening. Hopefully, you're all staying safe. We're all practicing safe distance, right, Shelley? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Kevin's a little close. Yeah, it's yeah, this is 6 feet Canadian style.
I'm a shifter away from you.
Yeah, he's about shifter linkage away from me.
Good, good man.
But yeah, we hope to see your Nova running soon again there, Sean. And I believe Sean is leader of Team Purple. We don't see much of Team Purple. We hear a lot from that Team Blue, but can't beat the power of green. Okay. Oh, okay. So Victor's just updating Kim on about his car there, and he found an old video and knows that the damage was already there, but it's gotten worse. And yeah, I remember seeing that video, Victor. I didn't even know the car was welded in places where you shown was broken. So yeah, again, Dave Williams. Yeah, measure 3-4 times, cut once. And oh, okay. Looks like Vic has found a way that he might be able to fix his car. So Vic, sure hope that you can fix your car and get it together again. It's never good when a fella's car dream gets kind of crushed like that. So that's where I'm at right now. What else is up, people? Talk to me. We're at 42 minutes. I said this was the Nova hour, so we got another 18 minutes left to suffer. And Dave Williams has just piped up primer gray for the win. Nah, it's all about Team Green, buddy. Although I am wearing a gray shirt. One thing I did notice amongst all the pictures that get posted on Chevy Nova 73, 74 is actually how many people run the hoods black, like the cowl hoods and that. You can tell on some of my pictures, but my hood is in fact black. You can't tell from here, and I even painted the cowl black to match it. All right, so what else is going on, folks? Primer gray and rust brown. If there is a rust group, I will sign up for that one because I have more than my share of rust on the car. I just take a spray bomb and paint over it. So yeah, that's looks like I got everything kind of covered that's been brought up in chat. It's summertime, you know, it's a good time to be outside, social distancing. And let's get some pictures of those cars, folks. As you know, I do change the cover picture twice a week. I may have to start doing it 3 times a week because I have such a backlog of pictures. There's so many great pictures of people posting their cars, and I want to pay tribute to all of our members. I don't care if it's anything from a parts car, a work in progress, to a daily driver, race car, trailer queen, whatever. I will get around to it. There's just so many nice cars. We've got just over 2,900 members. I can't even do the math. 2,900 members. If we do it twice a week, that's 1,400 pictures. And how many weeks? There's 52 weeks in a year.
Yep.
So what's 1,400 divided by 50? So in about 300 weeks, I should have everybody covered if we don't accept any new members. Or pictures. Sean has just piped up here. Team Purple also has a co-sponsorship from Oxidization. Yeah, I got a little bit of that on the trunk too. The paint on this car is finished, except for this one fender, again, which was replaced in '97 to an accident. The paint on the rest of the car is shot, and that's why I tend not to take pictures in the sun. I'll usually take pictures with the sun behind, so you see the shady side, and the shady side doesn't show the rust. All right. And yeah, Dave Williams got his transmission issue fixed. It turned out he had some parts that were in backwards, if I remember correctly. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, and I call it natural weight reduction. It's funny you say that, Sean, because I tell people I have a green car. It is green. It's recycling itself. That's the line I use for the natural race weight enhancement. I like that. I'm going to use that with the Omega. So I see we're down to 10 people. So there's a handful of you still out there. Hopefully you guys are staying safe down there. I only know from what I see in the news, and well, we all know how biased media can be, but there's a lot of trouble going on in the States there, and I pray for you all that you all stay safe. And it's a tough time down there for you folks, for everybody. But please stay safe. Captain Planet / Green Card, yeah. There could be my new nickname. I've got actually many nicknames because of the car. When I started driving the car, I was 19. I was known as Dave the Kid. And then after that, I started getting called Nova Boy. And I actually have a custom license plate that says Nova Boy, which I ran until 2014. And I changed in 2014 to Runs 12s. Because I ran my car at the track, and it ran at 12, and I got the license plate to rub it into a couple guys at the car lots, because they were big into talking about, how fast their cars were and how much horsepower they had. I didn't say a thing. I went, got the car dynoed, ran to the track, got some timesheets. Are you making fun of me?
No. Not that hard.
Well, I know it's not hard, and I got the timesheets, and hey, I walked the walk, and that seemed to shut those guys off. And also with this motor, I finally beat Shelly. Yep. It took me 17 years, 2 cars, 2 motors, and 13 grand, but I beat her.
And then?
How old is that motor?
Yeah, on her old motor, on her Chevelle that was about 17 years old that she beat on a lot, and yeah. But you picked on me for a lot of years, Shelly.
And then?
Yeah, and then Shelly did a little bit of an upgrade, and still upgrading. With a 565 big block Chevy under the hood. And now when Dave's at the track, he doesn't make eye contact with her.
Yes, you do. When her car's not there.
Yeah, I make eye contact with her brake lights.
Hey.
Okay, so here we have a few more chat things here. So Tucson Dragway is open. Lucky you. We did get notice today, and in fact, we have a new strip, a grudge racing 8th mile strip that's just opened just outside of Winnipeg at the St. Andrews Airport called the Motion Performance Raceway. So I'm eager to go check that out. It's only 8th mile. It's an old, not abandoned, but an old decommissioned airstrip. So I'm going to check that out. And there was also a message posted just about 3 hours ago that Interlake Dragway will be opening again for 2020. However, with the short season, they're not doing a points run. And as you can tell, I don't have the Omega here, so I don't really have a car to race. Well, no, I was looking at the Nova because it was broken. I was actually planning on running the Nova a bit this year, but yeah. So I don't know how much racing I'm going to do this year, but yes, tracks will be opening around here, but just for the racer and your crew. So I don't know what the crew limits are. Whatever it is, it has to be hopefully 2 people, so I can get Shelly and my dad in. If not, Shelly may be racing. Who knows? Look forward to videos of that. If you are looking forward to videos of her racing that Chevelle, you'll have to check out the Chevelle forums because I'm not allowed to post them, not unless my Nova's losing in the right lane. So that's good to hear that the raceways are open. And Sean, what horsepower were you running when you broke into the 12s? Just after I had the motor dynoed, and I was running a 650 double pumper with the jetting that it came with in the box, which I think was 6373 and a 6.5 power valve. It dynoed at 330 something torque at the rear wheels. I could find that exact number out for you for the torque if you like. The following year, I had a 750 carb and a bad distributor, and I dynoed at 323, 347 at the rear wheels. I have yet to dyno it with the EFI fuel injection, so I don't know if my numbers have improved, stayed the same, maybe lost a little. But regardless of what I lost with the EFI, the drivability of it, everything. I don't care if I lose half a second at the track, that EFI is worth it. So I was just over the 300 mark to answer your question in a simple fashion. I was just over the 300 horse, 300 torque at the rear wheels to break into the 12s.
It wasn't going on the stud very well.
So Christina, she's actually out in BC, in Canada there. Hopefully you're staying safe out there, Christina. I know they've just started opening the tracks here in Manitoba. We've got 2 for sure in Winnipeg. I don't know about, I think the one in Rivers, Manitoba is not opening this year. Is that correct, Shelley? Rivers isn't opening this year?
No.
So Rivers, the one near Brandon, Manitoba, is not opening, and I don't know about Altona or Nipoa. So hopefully the tracks in your area open up soon. Do you do a lot of racing there? Be interested to hear your experiences. I would love to hear about your racing. So is BC the Batcave? Because no, Sean, BC is British Columbia. That's the province in Canada to the very west. Manitoba is center, and that's where I am. And then all the way out on the east coast, I think, is one of our members. I want to say it's Richard. I think it's Richard who's our member, but we got members from all across Canada. And I know there's 5 members from Chevy Nova 73, 74 in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Are they loose? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Which one do you want?
And yeah, Sean, as I was mentioning, our one track here that my dad and I have been racing at for the last few years, Interlake Dragway in Gimli, is not running a points meet this year. It's just going to be kind of week to week racing, or I guess open to opening racing. So I don't know how much racing we're going to do this year. Also, typically we race the Omega out there because that's the car my dad likes to drive. That is also the car that if something were to happen, it wouldn't be too big of a loss. I mean, it's always a loss when you lose a car, but if I lost my Nova... Okay, we can't talk about that because I'll cry. And Christina is replying here to Sean, no, bring cash. Oh, that's classic. I love that. So, Dave, good to see you. He's just signing off because his battery's dead. So yeah, you stay safe too, buddy. We'll see you around. Thanks for your continuous support on the group and posting a lot. And Sean Michael Myers is promises smoke, but he doesn't know about cash. If I lose a race, I just keep driving. I'm with you, Sean. I don't do a lot of racing on the street or a lot of playing because I'm a sore loser. I do not like to lose. I do not like to look bad. And it's not very often I ever win, so we don't do it. So, hey, William's on now. William Hamlet. Sergeant William Hamlet. Welcome, sir. He is the main admin of Chevy Nova 7374. So, if you don't like one of the other admins or we've done you wrong, William is the guy to complain to. So yeah, I just got the old summer dew going. To be honest, it was probably easier to cut than it was to get all the gunk and fluid and crap out of my hair from working on the car the past few days. And oh yeah, Dave Williams just saying hi to Will and all that. Okay, so Matt said, I just posted a photo for the cover. I have lots of pictures with it being repaired. Had to dig for one. Okay, I will definitely put it in line. And what I do is, like I said, I always save pictures on my laptop here. And I've got, you know what, I'll give you an exact count. Just give me a second here. So I'll go to pictures, stuff, Chevy Nova 7374 covers. And right now I have 265 pictures saved. That's not a very accurate number because there's some members I have 2 or 3 pictures saved of that same member because I save them under your name. So when I do use one of them, I have to move all your pictures over because I got to make room for people in line because we have 200 plus. And like I said, at 2 weeks, 2 a week, even at 200, at 2 a week, that's 100 weeks. So it's going to take me over 2 years. But, you know, Matt, you know, friends in the right places, sometimes it gets bumped up. But really what I do is when I go to pick a picture, I open up the directory and I just hold the arrow key for like a minute or so and let it cycle through. And wherever I land, that's the picture I pick. So it's complete random. We'll throw you in there though, for sure, buddy, for sure. So, what else here? Yeah, guys, hey, yeah, thanks for the sympathy about the car, but it's not really a big deal. I mean, it breaks, happens, right? Yeah, that's not the only thing that broke. What's the other thing? Remember, earlier in the week, I was talking about how great it is to have a tool to put the spring in the door. You remember that? Yeah, you guys remember that. Well, this past week when I was out in Steinbach, Manitoba, with my daughter, I opened the door for her and I closed it. And I heard what sounded like something came apart in the door. And that's what prompted me to take the door apart and ended up fixing my rattles because I found nothing wrong with the door. But I found out what the problem was.
Yeah, I think.
Here's the rest of my my door stop and my door hinge. And according to my dad, they used to break all the time in the 70s. And when you look closely at this, it looks like it broke before. So it was really nice having this in the car for all of, what, a week?
Yeah.
4 days.
Yeah, all of 4 days. But it was still a good tool to have for putting a spring in. I would definitely recommend to anybody to buying one of those. But yeah, as for this, a spring breaking, I mean, anything could happen. I'm very lucky I didn't lose a retainer or that and drop a valve because had a valve dropped and you know a piston hits that, that's going to take out the motor, it's going to take out the cylinder, it's going to take out your piston, it's going to take out the intake. Had I dropped the cylinder, we just would have put a GoPro right here and just kept it to the floor. I mean, the motor's already gone. Let's have a little fun, right? But the Nova gods were watching over, and I actually limped the car home. I idled it home, and
Eco mode.
yeah, I had eco mode if you're a Dodge guy, and limped it home. Started taking it apart. It acted like a broken rocker stud, like a valve wasn't opening, so the car was shaking. And whenever you gave it a little bit of gas, it would start pinging. So I had this kind of happen before when I broke a rocker stud, where the car would kind of run rough, but it would run like on a dead cylinder, and I've, driven the car home, no big deal. But when I got home, first thing I did was I pulled the valve covers, and while I saw, all the rockers were there, Okay, what next? Pulled out the spark plugs. All the spark plugs were good except for cylinder one. Cylinder one was really fouled, and that would be. And then I noticed the one intake was very loose, but not only was the rocker loose, so was the spring. At first, I thought maybe I wiped out the lobe on the cam. So what we did is we turned the crank around, did a couple revolutions, and as we turned, I watched to see the movement of the rockers, and I had full movement. So I wasn't worried about the cam at that point. And when I turned the spring around, that's when I saw it broken in 3 places. It happens. I mean, I drive my car hard. I like to beat on it. I'm not gonna lie, and I do a lot of highway driving with it too. I've already got 1,500 miles on it since mid-April, so in a month and a half, that's already half of what I did all of last year. So, but I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. At the same time, it gives me a chance to do a little work and maybe a little upgrading. All right. Matt, yeah, when it makes a cover, it'll be a surprise. Well, you'll know when it makes a cover, Matt, because I always tag the owner in the car because I like to give props. And actually, who do we have right now? I just picked him, Alberto. So, guys, if you're watching, please do me a favor here because Alberto, let me just call up so make sure I get his name right. Sorry, it's loading here. Something's sucking up all my bandwidth. Okay, Alberto Belny, I believe. It's a 1974 Nova. His response here was, sweet, never thought my car was worthy enough as there are many fantastic cars on this site. I mentioned it before. I don't care what kind of Nova you have. If it's 73, 74. And yes, I'll even pick ones with the front end swaps, even though you guys know I'm a bit of a purist and I like my big bumpers. What? Big bumpers? You like that? I will pick all cars because if you're a member, you know, we value all your cars. Parts car, well, not parts cars, but, you know, fixer uppers, work in progress, trailer queen, daily driver, race car, show car, rally car. I'll put it into the list there. And so please do me a favor. Go check out the new cover picture of Alberto's car and click a like to it. There's 33 people like. I want Alberto to know that that is a worthy car, and it is very much worthy of the being in the group as much as a cover picture, and even throw up a comment or two. But thank you again to all members when you do post your pictures. Not that I save every picture, but if you got a really nice picture and I think it'll be positioned well and fit in the cover picture area well, I will save it and surprise you. We love stories. We love pictures. And I've been taking a lot of pictures of doing this so far, so those will be coming. Please post away. And those who are fixing up cars, there are no stupid questions. Please post all your questions. If you're embarrassed about your question, if you're maybe stupid, PM me. Send me a message. Oh, yeah, okay. As you can see Kevin in the background. When I do an oil change on my car, I always put a note on the windshield that says no oil so that I know not to start the car up. There's no oil. Well, Kevin added a second note, as you see right here, that says no top end. So we got it covered, all safety. I know not to start the car right now. We're good. Safety first. And here we go. Oh, Sean, Michael Myers here has posted a few things. Oh, yeah, okay. Without the spring tool, you would need at least a 12-pack of beer, some good earmuffs for the neighbors to place those springs. I done the 2 screwdriver method for about 20 years. It's a lot of beer, a whole lot of beer. You know, Sean, even with that spring tool, when I had it in the first time, the spring actually shot out of the tool. And thankfully, Shelly and I thought about this ahead of time and made sure we kept it pointed away from us. Because, yeah, I couldn't see doing it with 2 screwdrivers. Oh, man. Whoa. All right, and the downside, when you have a bench bumper to sit on, you can think of your next move to work on the car. Now, this is true, Sean, and I've mentioned that a few times. And I've even taken the odd picture with me sitting back in my chair here with my feet up on the bumper. And I took a lot of heat for that. But yes, it is very nice to have a place to sit. Think of your next move. And also a place to put your tools too when you're working. Probably gonna get a little heat for sitting on my bumper now too, but yeah, I've stopped putting my feet on the bumper, guys. I heard you. I heard you. I don't want to upset anybody. I stopped putting my feet on the bumper.
You stand on the fenders now.
No, I stood on the fenders on the Omega. That was different. And I gotta find that video. Yeah, I was trying to show friends how cars today are built strong, and I started jumping on the fender of the Omega, and it's like, look at this GM steel, old-fashioned steel, and yeah, it was a high sugary night. And yeah, downside of the bumper tuck, you have to stand and think, and you also need a workbench for your tools. Okay, Patrick Newman, how you doing, buddy? I didn't even see you sneak in here. His wife's calling, the brownies are ready, and he's taking off. Hey, good to see you, Pat. Thanks again, always, for being a member and sharing all your adventures and pictures with us. That's a sweet black-looking Nova you got. Always enjoy seeing it. And Patrick's also a member of Team Black. So we're just over an hour here. So I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to discuss. We'll probably try and do this again in a couple weeks. Time depending, of course. If it's really, really nice out, I want to be outside driving, and, you know, how many people are really in their garage right now, except for those who are broken, right? But if you have ideas for topics for stream show, if you have ideas for topics, yeah, send me a PM, post a message in the group. Check out the topics, tag it with the topic. I'll see it, or tag me in it. I'll see it, and we'll get something set up here. And unless there's anything more, I might wrap things up here and go lend a hand to the Chevelle crew. Hey, Patrick, how you doing, buddy? Patrick Montano with the green bean. Hey, we should actually do a poll there, Sean. How many of us are currently broken? How you doing, Patrick? Love the pictures of your car. Those body-colored rallies between yours and William's car, I really like that. That's really nice. And William, hey David, I have an extra set of lifters I pulled out of the 383. Not sure if they will work. Oh, they probably will work, but I already got Dan. Dan's got me covered. He buys boxes because he builds so many engines. He buys them in boxes of 128. So Dan's already got me covered for lifters. But appreciate you thinking of me. For sure. And yeah, all the parts. Like I tell people, you know, spend the money on quality parts. You know, who imagines how bad this breakage would have been if I would have been using cheap knockoff stuff, comp cam stuff. I showed a picture earlier too. I posted on the group of my push rods, which are 9 years old, still look brand new. Comp cam push rods. Comp cam rockers. Where did I put the rockers? Look, watch. Oh, yeah, here we are. Look at this. These are 7 years old. They look brand new. Quality parts. That's what you want. Spend the money. That's probably my... You know, I'm just thinking here with this door spring. No, I'm not serious. I'm not putting a door spring in the belt. I'm just joking with some of you guys there. So, oh, thanks, Matt. Thanks for joining and being a good viewer, a good participant. Really appreciate you guys, you know, coming on and spending the evening with me. I know that, you know, it may not always be a good structured stream, and that sometimes we have good streams, sometimes we have bad streams. In all honesty, to be honest with you, I don't think we accomplished much in helping anybody tonight. But, you know, good streams, bad streams. And it's always nice to chat with people. We did have some new people show up and chat with us a bit. So that was pretty cool. And, oh, Sean just put in a topic here. So if you guys keep talking, I'm going to stay online here. Sean mentioned that, yeah, he's on the Broken Toll. Have a great night. I love these streams. Wish I came in earlier. I tried to do 8 p.m. because we have people on the, you know, on the East Coast, on the West Coast, the time differential. Maybe it might be something where we do 2 shows, who knows? But the problem is if we do it like that, then it may not be good at 7, but might not be good at 9. Who knows? The other thing with it is you can view these again through the Facebook groups. Click on the video tab on the, if you're on the PC on the left side. If you're on the phone, I don't know on the phone. I try not to Facebook on the phone. It just stresses me out, especially autocorrect. Oh, I hate autocorrect. So yeah, so you go to Chevy Nova here. In the middle here, where's the videos? Well, you can go to the topics one, and you can see topics there. Chevy Nova 7374 streams. You can always pick the streams from there. That way you will see the comments as the stream's going on, versus if you're watching from YouTube, you won't really see the comments. Now, I know something I got to work on. I'm going to try and do before the next stream. I don't know if I'll make a video or not. It depends what's going on. Is that glove box key for Kim. And it seems to be a hot topic for a few people. As well as the seat belts. We covered just really the aftermarket ones. Threw up a couple links, but we didn't really talk about the factory ones. I really got to prepare better. I like it. Which? Oh, is Nova? Yeah. That's our cover picture right now.
Whose Nova is that?
Alberto Belnies, 74 Nova.
That's nice.
Yeah. That's our cover picture. I pick cover picture for 4 days and keep rotating them.
Cool.
I got 200 and some to do. 2 a week. That's 100.
Here we go again.
Divided by 52 weeks. Says I should have them all covered in 2 years. And then we talked about, yeah.
Yeah,
His brain was
Okay, so yeah. Hey Kevin, how you doing, buddy? How's the rebuild going? Not too bad. We're still dismantling. Just waiting now to take the heads off. You guys might laugh here. I can't crack the bolts on the heads, although I'm tempted to use a Johnson bar. But Dan Clem, who's built my motors, and he does all my engine work, all my engine stuff. I think the guy's a god. He says, oh yeah, use an impact to pull them off. I'm afraid to put an impact on that. So you know what? He's going to come down and put an impact on it. That way he breaks it, he fixes it. Regardless, he fixes it. So yeah, the rebuild, I'm just going to fix it. There's no planned upgrades to that at the moment. I mean, if I needed a cam or something, well, maybe, but at the moment it looks like that's okay. It's just the heads are going to come off, get refreshed.
Meth injection.
Yeah, meth injection.
Sean's going down this year.
The driver might need meth. Oh,
I think the owner needs it.
I probably actually shouldn't joke about doing meth, because that is a pretty serious drug and a pretty serious problem for a lot of people in a lot of cities. It sure is here in Winnipeg. We have people stealing ambulances now.
Naked.
Yeah, naked. Yeah, there was a story about somebody stealing an ambulance who was naked. Check it out, cbcnews.ca/Manitoba. We're an interesting bunch up here. Yeah, just pretty much it's just going to be put back together. But yeah, Dan's going to come later this weekend, pull the heads off. I imagine he'll probably have them for another week. I got to order gaskets. There's no gaskets around. I use a Felpro 1014 head gasket. And there's none in stock and none in the city. So it's going to take a while to order those. Intake gaskets, I use the 1206. And I need 2 lifters, which I already have. So that's where I'm at. Excuse me, that's my COVID. Great seeing you up and doing your thing again. Took Murda out with my daughter yesterday, and we opened her up. Felt great to get Murda rolling. Yeah, I can relate with you there, William. I had my car out last Friday and Saturday out in Steinbach, Manitoba, where my daughter lives. She's going through a tough time right now, losing her other dad last week. So it was nice to take her out and, get her with a few friends. And we went out for a cruise in her small town. Went to a cruise lot. Had some people making comments at my car. Kevin caught it. As I drove out, Kevin was behind me in his car, and he's just got a little accent. And one guy made a comment about my car sounded pretty stock for a 307. And another guy laughed at my license plates that said ran 12s or runs 12s. So it was kind of funny. Oh, yeah, William, my daughter, she's 13. She already thinks I'm going to let her drive it. Never mind being 17 and able to drive it. Basically, I've told her, do well in school, be successful, and we'll build you your own Nova and a better Nova. Okay, so Kevin has just asked a question, and that's great because now we can keep going here. Best rear gear ratio for street strip car. Okay, Kevin, that's kind of half of a question there, because you also got to factor in what kind of tire you're going to run, what tire size you have, because your tire size is also going to affect your gear ratio. I run a 265/50 and a 275/50, which is about 25.5 inches with a 342 gear, and that gets me at about 2,900 at 60 miles per hour, and I'm running mid 12s with my car. In the Omega, I'm running a 235/60, which I think is 26-inch tire with 373s. And on the highway, I'm at 3,300 RPM. So you're about 400 RPM difference per the gear jump. So at 410, I'd be 800 different than this car, or roughly 800. Myself, I like the 342s. Gives you a little jump off the line, but you still have some ability to drive on the highway. Transmission is also a factor too. Do you have a turbo 350 400, or are you running a 700 R4 with the overdrive? If you have the overdrive, go for the lower gear, the 373 410s, because you'll have that extra gear on the highway. If street strip, personally, I like 342, and I'm running a 25.5 to 26-inch tire. Yes, Sean, the heads are aluminum. They're Pro Comp casting, the 3002, I believe, which is a 64cc head. And but all the internals are, it's no Pro Comp internals. I got comp cam, springs, lockers, retainers, Latuna valves. I forget what the name of those are. ARP bolts, and I think it's the comp cam push rod guides. So it's all good parts in the head, but I am using the Pro Comp casting. One thing with the Pro Comp casting, they're not drilled for 400s. So I had to take it to a machine shop. Even Dan didn't have this information. I had to go to a specialist, a machine shop, to have the steam holes drilled for these 400 heads. So Will says 390 to 410s. Anything in the 300 or the 3 point something range is good for street, but he has overdrive. Yeah. If you don't have overdrive, I of course would say 342s. Nitrous plate? No. Who needs? I don't need nitrous. This is all motor. Speaking of that, I almost forgot. You remember this fuel plate I put in earlier this year, and I was telling people how I was putting it in to protect the heat going to my sniper ECU. Well, I took this off, and I was almost floored when I saw what I'm about to show you. It's obviously two steel plates with a material glued together. This is a quick cool. I could post the part number if you're really interested. They sell it on the Holley website, so I thought it would be a good product, as with any other Holley product. Look at that. It is coming apart. Where's that material? That all went in my intake. So, not impressed. Not impressed. So I'm going to actually email Holley to see what they're going to do about it. If they're not going to do anything, we are going to have a very nasty review. I don't like to slander people products because stuff does fail. But for something to last, I've had the car in a month and a half. I've had this on the car running. I put it on in February, but I didn't start the car till April. And that material, it's all breaking up. Look at that. Not happy. Okay, where are we now? Okay. Thanks, Will. Yeah, it's a tough time for Linnea's mom and her family, but we'll get through it. And she still has her other dad, so we'll get by. Yeah. So aluminum bonds to steel with a vengeance, and I've done that for years. Taking it on a sledgehammer, good strike, breaks the bond. That's what I've done. The first time I've had to remove. Oh yeah. I would never use an impact like I said on that. Like I might try and crack them with a Johnson bar, but they are ARP head bolts. Like I didn't chintz at all on this. Not on motor gaskets, bolts. No, I didn't chintz once on this. So hopefully it'll come apart pretty easy. And they were last off the car in 2014. Oh, okay. Here's another good point too. Sean just brought up when talking about rear gears. You also need to know the engine torque displacement for optimum starting points to factor gears, and also how many gears in the transmission. Oh, Sean hurts my head because he's way more smarter than me, and I'm trying to figure out what he just said. I've never really factored engine torque into it, Sean. So that's a good point. What I did factor in was, of course, tire size and gearing. What's your opinion with adding engine torque to it? That is actually a good point, and I would love to hear about it and learn. So, okay, Kevin is running a 26-inch tire with 3-speed transmission right now, a turbo 350. So again, Kev, I would go between 342s, 373s, depending what you do. Do you do more driving? Do you do more street? I do about 90-95% street with this car, 5 to 10% strip. So to me, 342 was perfect for me. And that's why I went with that. I never gave any thought to engine torque. In fact, I did the gear change back in 2001 when I was still running a stock 350 bottom end. But yeah. All right, so Will's taking off. Have a good one, buddy. Thanks for coming in, saying hi. Okay, so Sean here has got some great advice for me. Thank you very much. Let's take a look. Those heat guards, best thing to do is to trace a piece of aluminum, cut it out, drill the holes. Those press plates with resin glue are no good, which I just found out. They were made by Holley, but they are actually originally made by Quick Fuel. And Holley bought them out and stuck their name to them. So yeah, I learned an important lesson there, Sean. And of course, I have in many lessons with this Nova, I have learned the hard way and the expensive way. So please let my mistakes save you money. And Sean, like you said, to cut out a piece of aluminum, how thick would you recommend I go? Because I do need some kind of heat shield for my Holley Sniper. So if you could post it, PM me or whatever, I really would like to know what my options are because I need to do something. But thank you for your insight. I do appreciate it. All right, so Patrick is talking. He mentioned on the sister site about mounting a floor shifter with a bench seat. I posted pictures, Patrick, for you on my 74 Olds Omega. I did put a floor shifter in there. Mostly because my dad kept going from second into neutral on the column. So I had no problem doing it. I actually mounted it on a bit of an angle. So because, the hump is, symmetrical this way, and I put it on a little crooked, I did have a little bit where I had to put a bit of a shim. But after I bolted it down, I had a friend tell me, I hope you put big washers, because when he was shifting at the track, with the Pro Ratchet, he pulled the shifter right out of the floor. So I recommended that when you do put them on, put your nut and a big washer on the floor side underneath the car. Maybe not this big, but you know what I mean. Don't put your little weenie bolt washer. Put something big so that you don't pull that shifter through the floor. And I learned that after my second install when I went back and changed it. The thing I did have to do though, and I did this more out of being safe, is I pulled the distributor out of the Omega, because you have to tilt the engine and the motor back to get at the tonneau cover, because the transmission is so close to the tonneau cover there that you won't be able to do it in the car. You will need to swing the engine back. Downshifts will hit probably. What kind of shifter are you going to be using, Patrick? That may be another good question. So, yes. But I would say that's the only thing you got to worry about. And I also posted, excuse me, another picture of a guy who made a bracket that bolted to the hump with a rod to another plate where the shifter was up high, so you could even slide the bench seat forward, and it was rounded to go over the front of the bench seat. The other thing you could do, which I saw another guy do, is he cut his bench seat and notched it, and then had it, all fixed up so the seat had a bit of a notch in the middle for the shifter. The one thing I don't like about it being so far forward is when you're racing, you're actually leaning forward a little. So I would like to make that kind of adapter and have it closer to the seat myself. Okay, B&M. I'm running a B&M Pro Ratchet in the Omega. And I have no issues with shifting it. I mean, but you just you got to stretch a little further forward. But there was no issues installing it or that. And I made the mistake of, cutting many and measuring once. Yeah, make sure you get the shifter installed nicely before you cut a hole for the cable, because you only need a hole this big, and I ended up with a hole this big. Was not one of my better days. And that's really all I got for that one. Ooh, getting a little warm in here. Fan on remote. Best thing ever. There we go. Let's get some air movement going in this grass. It's getting a little warm. And I know you mentioned in your reply, you don't race the car, but you still want to install it properly. And I honestly, while you're doing it, just put a little bit bigger of a washer on it. But I don't think you'll be sorry to do it. The shifter's nice. But me, I still like my old column shifter. It's, I don't know. I'm just used to it, I guess. Well, we're getting to almost an hour and a half. So if you got any last minute questions of that, let's bring them up, or we can call it a night. What else is on people's minds before we shut down? Let's see, we're also down to just 5 people now too. So yeah, I guess we're pretty much done for tonight. Pat, you got anything else to add or that, or? Of course, you guys can always post it, and we can always cover it in the next stream too. So I guess with saying that, stay safe out there, people. It's a scary time. It's a scary world, and like I've told people in the past, smoke tires, not drugs. It seems people are doing the other right now. So that's all I've got for now, folks. So take care of yourselves, and we'll post up another stream coming up soon. And yeah, have a good one.